Welcome to another episode of Pakistan on a Plate. My name is Nilofer Afridi Qazi. 37 kilometers northwest of Sakhar is the city of Shikarpur, on the right bank of the river Indus. In 1617, a tribe called the Daudpotras established a city called Shikarpur, which was later taken over by their cousins, the Kalhora tribe, replacing them in 1701. This was a hunting ground of both the Kalhoras and the Daudpotras, hence called Shikarpur. The Talpur Mirs later seized control of this entire region from the Kalhoras in 1783. But some say the name of the city comes from the word Shakas, which means vanquisher, during the Scythian period when the trading town was under their control. In the 18th century, Shikarpur was a serious commercial emporium. I was told this ancient city once had 12 or 8 gates. This is Hathi Gate. As you can see, there is no gate here. None of the 8 gates of Shikarpur are standing. Like many old cities, there are old bazaars. One of the oldest in Shikarpur is called Dhak Bazaar, which means covered. It was once covered in teak wood. What is Shikarpur most well known for? Pickles. Yes, this is pickle mecca of Pakistan. Not only Sindh, but all of Pakistan. For the local market, pickles are made in mustard oil. And for the export market, I was told they use a lighter tasting, less aromatic soya bean oil.
वालेकुम अस्सलाम।
ये मैंने मौला बख्श अचार की दुकान के बारे में बहुत सुना है।
जी।
ये कब से आपने खोला या आपके
ये
वालिद ने खोला?
तकरीबन मेरे ख्याल में 50-60 साल पुराना ये दुकान है, हाजी मौला बख्श के नाम पे अचार का। 50-60 पहले पुराना।
आप कौन सा तेल इस्तेमाल करते हैं?
ये हम इस्तेमाल करते हैं जो सरसों वाला जो होता है तेल, ऑयल।
जो सबसे अनयूजुअल, जो थोड़े हटके जो अचार हैं वो कौन से हैं?
ऐसे तो फिर अचार तो ऐसे माशाल्लाह काफ़ी है। ऐसे तो फिर लोग पसंद करते हैं। चने का अचार भी होता है, लहसुन का भी होता है, चिकन का अचार भी होता है, खजूर का भी अचार होता है, करेले का अचार भी होता है, फालसे का अचार भी होता है।
To know any place, one should roam around freely, walking. I decide to walk Shikarpur city and discover what lies in this ancient city's nooks and alleys. Bandar Road, which is a cloth market it seems. Women and children seem to be roaming around more freely here. Something I noticed. Lovely paved roads, stone bricks. We come across a local monument of sorts. I stop and check this out. Mahatma Gandhi ji seemed to have come here and sat on this green platform. He came here for a meeting in the 1920s. And since then, the locals have preserved it and called it Sandal. Right across Sandal is a monument to a local heroine, Dr. Sara Siddiqui, the first local doctor who qualified as a medical officer after 1947. As a trading town, it must have attracted people from all sorts of places seeking fortune and opportunity. You can see it in the multitude and the multi-communities which make Shikarpur. Sikh heritage in one of the narrow lanes of Shikarpur, Katwari Darbar, a syncretic temple stands, founded by Bhai Gurdas, the founder of the Seva Panth, a disciple of Guru Gobind Singh, the 10th Guru of the Sikh tradition. I was curious to find out more about this community. Fascinating. Baba Gurdas Ram Darbar. Guru Nanak's eldest son, Sri Chand, he wasn't made a guru by his father, but he did develop his own independent following right here. This sect or subculture has remained and continued for 500 years. We can see the idols of Guru Nanak's son, Sri Chand, along with the Hindu deities, Durga Mata, Ganga Mata. The Guru Granth Sahib is also here along with the other Hindu scriptures. A temple and a Gurdwara combined. Wow. Syncretic culture at its best. Those who follow this sect remain celibate and practice many Hindu rituals, which are an amalgamation of retaining local traditions along with some of Guru Nanak's principles and teachings. Almost 2 centuries later in Shikarpur, Guru Gobind Singh's disciples further left their imprint in this town. There are many darbars and temples of the Udassi Sikhs and Khalsa Sikhs and Hindus in Shikarpur. On our way back, we stopped for a snack. The common snack we all love, papad. How is it made? A lady in this tri-district area is well known. I thought I'd drop in for a chat and learn her story.
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया हमें दिखाने के लिए। आज आप क्या हमें दिखा रही हैं बनाने?
ये पापड़ बनाते हैं, गिरिए पड़े हैं।
अच्छा फिर आप शुरू करें, हमें दिखाएं कैसे बनता है ये।
Mix the flours with salt, 3:1 ratio. Add the baking soda. Then add the remaining masalas. Use your hands to mix and blend in well. Then add a little bit of water slowly to the mixture to ensure it does not get clumpy, lumpy. It should remain smooth. Then let it sit for 10-15 minutes. Take a portion of this kneaded dough and on a rolling board, roll out a papad size 5-inch diameter dough. Use a dab of oil on your hands to easily handle the dough. Dry flatten the papad. In a frying pan, heat the oil until piping hot. Dip the papad discs for 1 or 2 seconds only. They cook in a second. Take it out immediately.
बहुत क्रिस्पी है बट मुझे ये वाला ज़्यादा पसंद है। Thank you, Shabana.
As we carry on exploring Shikarpur, the boundaries of modernity and rural are quite blurred. Thrashing of the dried rice extends to the modern roads, completely oblivious to the dangers of oncoming traffic. Amusing, perhaps not. Food for thought, though. Lotus is associated with Sindh, but unfortunately completely absent from the public imagination of Pakistani culinary culture. As we drive along the marshy areas of the Indus, I see farmers digging for lotus. I stop and just look at this amazing sight. There's something very calming and soothing looking at lotus fields. You know, they grow naturally. Lotus fields grow in 8 weeks. You can see that they are lotuses with the bobbing of the sticks on top of the paddies. This is not a cultivated plant. I wanted to try out the most popular, common, local lotus, which is called bhai recipe. Off we go to find exactly that. In Sithar Mohalla. Here we meet Amna Khatum and Abdul Rashid Saab, who make 30-40 kilos of matka bhe daily and sell it. Peel the lotus roots and wash it thoroughly, thrice.
इसमें नमक डाला है, 3 घंटे तक तकरीबन इसमें रहा।
In a separate broad clay matka, layer the boiled lotus using thin wooden sticks, stacking them up. Airtight, cover the matka and steam cook it over a double boiler. In the meantime, prepare the chutney. Once the lotus is done, in a plate, scoop a spoonful and add the chutney masala on top before serving.
There's a way to eat this. You eat it on the side to avoid the strings and hairs of the lotus. I'm learning that right now.
I was getting hungry and wanted some soulful nourishment. One of my hosts, Pavan Kumar from Sindh Rural Support Organization, was kind enough to take me to his home, where his mother and sister were kind enough to share a very local recipe, which is a combination of all the vegetables that grow in the vicinity, but are also a representation of the Vishnuite tradition of no heat generating ingredients. No garlic, no onions, no meat, to maintain calmness, serenity within.
जैसे लहसुन से ज़्यादा ना ज़्यादा गुस्सा आता है जब किसी बात पे
इसमें ना लहसुन डलता है
तो इसलिए ये चीज़ें बिल्कुल भी नहीं खाते हैं
लहसुन
क्या
नहीं
विष्णु वाले
जी जी बिल्कुल वो प्याज और लहसुन भी नहीं खाते
Heat the oil in a large pot and add the fenugreek seeds. When they start popping up and making crackling sounds like a dance, add the chickpea flour. Let it cook and become a bit red. Add the water and let it boil. Always add the chopped vegetables first, which take a bit longer to cook, such as lotus, guar, and then the gourds. Separately fry and saute the okra before you add those to the vegetables in the pot. Add the taro root, which are also slightly sauteed earlier. Then add a little more water to ensure it remains a soup. Add the eggplant now and continue to allow the vegetables to boil. At this point, add the remaining masalas. You need to let it cook for at least an hour to thicken. Allow the flavors to blend in together. In the meantime, whip yogurt, which you will combine with the tamarind, which is ready. Chop the tomatoes and add them at this point. This beautiful soup, a confluence of all the vegetables, is eaten with rice or roti. This is very popular during Hindu festivals and fasting days, of which there are quite a few, and there are many who observe them and honor the gods and goddesses in Shikarpur.
Very nice.
I hope you enjoyed this episode. Until next time, Khuda Hafiz.